Good evening and Jai Gurudev from Shri Shri University. Myself, Ms. Gayatri Sadashiv Dhume, heading the Admissions and Promotions Department at Shri Shri University, along with my colleague and the co-moderator of this session, Mr. Saurabh Baveja, who has been the alumni at Shri Shri University, the charter batch of the Yogic Science Department here, and who is currently the Sadhana coordinator, or in easy language for everybody to understand, who coordinates the entire yoga and meditation at Shri Shri University. Both of us welcome wholeheartedly all of you to this part 4 of the series Health Connect, a conversation with Indian osteopaths, MBBS doctors special. So many of us have heard about this terminology called osteopathy for the first time. Indeed, in 2015, for the first time in the history of India, osteopathy as a full-fledged degree program was introduced in Shri Shri University for the first time. Osteopathy, in fact, is one of the fastest growing healthcare profession in US and Europe and is now gaining tremendous acceptance and demand in the past few years, not only in India, but globally. So what exactly is osteopathy? And how does it actually work? Many of these questions our viewers have been asking us via messages, via calls. And that is the prime reason why we started with this health series, to understand what really do you mean by health with respect to osteopathy and what is this science all about. And for this today, we have our 4 panel members, our proud osteopaths of Shri Shri University. We have with us Dr. Sanket Agarwal, we have Dr. Richa Datta, we have Dr. Pragya Saxena and Dr. Apeksha Kale Garud, who are going to be with us for an interesting interactive session, everything, what do we mean by osteopathy. So I once again welcome all our osteopaths for this session. We would like to begin with Dr. Sanket. So I would request Saurabh Baveja to begin asking questions to Dr. Sanket.
I'm not able to hear you.
Yes. Thank you, Gayatri. सभी को मेरा प्रणाम. Good evening. डॉक्टर संकेत, मेरा आपसे एक प्रश्न है. आपने MBBS करने के बाद और इवन पीडियाट्रिक्स में आपने DNB भी किया है, उसके पश्चात आपको ऐसा किस बात ने प्रेरित किया जिससे आपको लगा कि हाँ, मुझे ऑस्टियोपैथी करनी चाहिए?
बिल्कुल सौरभ, देखिए, इस सवाल पे जाने से पहले मैं आपके लिए एक सवाल लाया हूँ इस बार, है ना? मान लेते हैं एक व्यापारी है, उसके पास 17 घोड़े हैं और उन 17 घोड़ों को उनको अपने 3 बच्चों में डिवाइड करना है ताकि सबसे बड़े को 1/2 of 17 मिले, बीच वाले को 1/3 of the 17 मिले और जो सबसे छोटा है उसको 1/9 of 17 मिले. तो आप क्या करोगे?
घोड़े को डिवाइड करना है.
है ना? बिल्कुल हम नहीं कर सकते. हम क्या करेंगे, किसी समझदार व्यक्ति के पास जाएंगे तो उसका सलाह देगा कि मैं इसमें एक घोड़ा और ऐड कर लूं मेरे पास का, फिर ये आसान हो जाएगा. आप 1/2 कर लोगे तो 9 हो गया, 1/3 कर लोगे तो 6 हो गया और 1/9 आपका 2 हो गया. तो टोटल कम्स आउट टू बी 17 और जो 18वां था वो अपने पास चला गया. So we need a common point where we can connect each and every pathy, right? Let it be allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, Unani, naturopathy. Any pathy you take from any background, it has one goal, which is bringing health and well-being to the patient. हम उनकी एनाटॉमी को ठीक करते हैं, ना कि सिर्फ दवाई के माध्यम से उनकी फिजियोलॉजी पे इफेक्ट करते हैं, राइट? इट ब्रिंग इन बैलेंस द टोटल एनाटॉमी. कि किसी भी पैथी के लिए एक मूलभूत सिद्धांत है, सेल्फ हीलिंग मैकेनिज्म को एनहांस करना, बॉडी को एज वन यूनिट देखना, ना कि सिर्फ जहां से सिम्टम्स आ रहे हैं उस पर पूरा फोकस करना. राइट। और जो रिजल्ट्स इससे मिले हैं, दैट वाज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट जिससे मैं प्रेरित हुआ मैं ऑस्टियोपैथी सीखने जाऊं। कुछ ऐसी बीमारियां जिनके लिए हम कुछ भी नहीं कर पाते थे, जब मैंने उन्हें ऑस्टियोपैथी से एक बहुत अच्छे रूप में है ना,
हाँ
तो इस तरीके से हमारी शुरुआत हुई।
So wonderfully, Sanket, you have summed up. And before we go on to the next question, I just want to give one short intro about Sanket for all our viewers. So Sanket, after doing his MBBS, he even did his DNB Pediatrics. And after doing the DNB Pediatrics, he joined MSc Osteopathy at Shisha University. He is one of the pioneers of osteopathy in India and has opened India's first independent osteopathy clinic at Akola. Along with being an Art of Living faculty, he is extremely passionate for creating awareness about holistic treatment so that people can benefit maximum. Over to you, Saurabh.
Yeah, thank you, Gayatri. So, Dr. Sanket, my second question to you, how has your understanding of health changed after doing osteopathy?
So, initially, now also the focus of health is treating a patient beyond his symptoms. पहले भी मकसद यही होता था कि उसके symptoms ना रहे, right? But now we want him to be symptom free, but also drug free, ताकि उसे दवाइयों की भी जरूरत ना पड़े और उन्हें अगर ड्रग्स की जरूरत भी पड़ती it should be as an emergency basis, not as a daily routine. और दूसरा, health is not mere absence of disease, जो मुझे इसमें आने के बाद पता चला कि वे सिम्टम्स नहीं भी है, still there are many more add-on things which could be added for overall health. Quality of life improve करना, overall well-being के लिए काम में आना, अपनी efficacy को बढ़ाना, and to not to torture our body, right? We usually do by overusing it, overloading it by stress, physical, emotional, or of any sort. तो नाउ अगर आप किसी एमडी व्यक्ति के पास जाओगे और बोले कि मुझे कोई बीमारी नहीं है, तो इट वुड बी अ ब्लैंक चेक कि भाई कुछ भी नहीं, हम क्या करें. बट इफ यू कम टू एन ऑस्टियोपैथ, यू विल सी कि व्हाट मोर यू कैन डू टू गेन बेटर हेल्थ एंड नॉट फॉल इल. ये दोनों चीजें हम कर सकते हैं.
बहुत सही कहा आपने डॉक्टर संकेत, क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ को इम्प्रूव करना. सो पर एक आम लोगों के मन में ये प्रश्न आता है कि आखिर ऑस्टियोपैथी है क्या और यह कैसे वर्क करती है.
बिल्कुल, देखिए किसी भी चिकित्सा में हर एक का अपना तरीका होता है काम करने का. एलोपैथी में हम लोग ड्रग्स देते हैं जो कि आपके सिम्टम्स को काउंटरैक्ट करते हैं, मतलब विपरीत चिकित्सा का एक उदाहरण हो गया. होम्योपैथी जो है, जो वाइटल फोर्स पे काम करके एक सम चिकित्सा का उदाहरण हो गया. आयुर्वेद में हम लोग वात, पित्त और कफ के आधारित पे हम लोग डिसाइड करते हैं, उनको आहार में, विहार में और रसायन के माध्यम से उनको ठीक करते हैं. उसी प्रकार हम ऑस्टियोपैथी में हम देखते हैं हमारे शरीर की रचना को हम स्थूल से सूक्ष्म इन 3 सिस्टम्स में डिवाइड करते हैं. सबसे पहले आगे आपका मांसपेशी का ढांचा माने मस्कुलोस्केलेटल सिस्टम, उससे सूक्ष्म चले गए तो आपकी ऑर्गन सिस्टम आ गई, लंग्स, लिवर, हार्ट, किडनी, इंटेस्टाइन, एवरीथिंग. और उससे सूक्ष्म चले गए तो ब्रेन और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में जो वाइटल एनर्जी या लाइफ एनर्जी फ्लो हो रही है वो आ जाती है. तो इनको अपनी हार्मनी में ले आना ये ऑस्टियोपैथी का काम है. जैसे आप किसी भी रिपोर्ट को देखते हो तो उसके अंदर आपको पता कैसे चलता है वो एबनॉर्मल है. कैसे पता चलता है? वो अपनी रेंज के बाहर हो जाती है तो वो एबनॉर्मल हो गई, रेंज में है तो ठीक है कि नहीं सौरभ?
बिल्कुल.
तो ऐसे ही by trained hands and palpation we are able to find out what is the disturbance in rhythm in all the 3 layers of the system, not only muscle, organs and cranium, in total we can find. And then by using subtle pressure and various techniques and manipulations we bring that back to harmony. So this is how we work. The scientific application of anatomy, जिससे उनको अच्छा लगता है और अच्छा हो जाता है.
मींस पूरे सिस्टम को एक हार्मनी में लेके आना ही ऑस्टियोपैथी का मेन काम है.
बिल्कुल.
Gayatri, over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanket. Now I would like to introduce our second panel member, another osteopath, Dr. Richa Datta Srivastava. So Dr. Richa, after completing her MBBS, she has been working for some time in the Department of Cardiology, and then she went on to do her MSc in osteopathy at Shisha University. Dr. Richa has been one of the few pioneers in osteopathy in India, and she started spreading the roots of osteopathy in various parts of North India, namely Delhi, Gurgaon, Jaipur, Kota, Agra, Bhilwara, Allahabad, etc. She has been working with C.K. Birla Hospitals, Jaipur, as a visiting consultant in Department of Osteopathy for since 2.5 years now, and also has her own practice known as Osteopathy Treat. I welcome Dr. Srivastava.
डॉक्टर रीचा, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
अच्छा लगा कि आप पूरे नॉर्थ इंडिया के कई क्षेत्रों में ऑस्टियोपैथी के प्रचार प्रसार के लिए काम कर रही हैं। सो माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, व्हाट इज ऑस्टियोपैथी फॉर यू? ऑस्टियोपैथी आपके लिए है क्या आखिर?
Osteopathy is something which is very, very scientific, and at the same time it is very, very holistic. Like it deals with the not just the body but also the mind and soul of a patient. It doesn't just look for the symptom, it goes to the very root cause of a problem. Yeah. So it integrates altogether the whole body from the head to the toe, so that the health can always withstand above than the illness. So osteopathy is something which leads you towards the health, and thereby the illness doesn't have a place to stay inside the body.
Okay, wonderful. तो अभी हमारे कई व्यूअर्स आज जो भी इस प्रोग्राम को देख रहे हैं, उनके मन में ये प्रश्न जरूर आ रहा होगा कि आखिर एमबीबीएस के बाद में हमें ऑस्टियोपैथी क्यों करना चाहिए? So why should we choose osteopathy after MBBS? Even means after spending 5 years in MBBS, why should we choose this?
Yes, ये सवाल जब से ऑस्टियोपैथी ज्वाइन किया है उसके अब 5 साल हो गए, ये सवाल उठ रहा है हमारे ऊपर. So which is very, very valid question actually. MBBS जब मैंने किया था तो मेरा मेन मुद्दा था कि अपने बारे में जानना है. So अपने बारे में जानना है, उसके लिए सबसे पहला आयाम होता है हमारे एग्जिस्टेंस का, हमारा बॉडी. तो अब मुझे लगा कि MBBS में एनाटॉमी फिजियोलॉजी कितने अच्छे से पढ़ाते हैं. I was very happy to know the anatomy and physiology of the body. But then later when I went on in my further years of MBBS, then I studied medicine and their side effects and then the surgery. And then I was seeing patients that they were just being managed with the medicines, and they had to come to the doctor when there is a problem already there. But I had something that why they should get problem in first place. Can we do it something in a preventative manner? Can we prevent people from the illness? That's where my focus was there already before MBBS. So osteopathy was the right, it came out to be the very right choice for me, for which I am meant to be. It's like that. So osteopathy is integrating the body, not just body, the human beings' emotions, also the physical, mental, emotional, and the psychological and social aspects also. So we take care of the lifestyle and the food habits, the nutrition of the patient, and what is their mindset, what is leading to the problem.
Wow, very good. Means हम एक पेशेंट का पूरा शारीरिक, मानसिक, भावनात्मक तौर पर हम उसका डायग्नोज करते हैं, उसको देखते हैं और उसके आधार पे उसको हम osteopathy treatment देते हैं.
In a holistic manner, which is very after MBBS, I had a very difficulty in choosing the stream, whether I should go for cardiology, neurology or radiology, because these streams are going like just like a tree has a stem. एक पेड़ के बहुत सारी ब्रांचेस होती है, तो एक चीज में स्पेशलाइज होने के बाद आप दूसरे के बारे में बहुत अच्छे से कमेंट या ट्रीट नहीं कर सकते. कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट कैन नॉट सी मच ऑफ a neuro patient, but osteopathy is going to the roots of that same tree. So from where the problem is coming, so we see patient from all the department, being it cardiology, neurology, pediatrics, and the elderly geriatric patient, all the departments. So that is quite fulfilling and empowering to me.
Yeah, it's really good that it is quite fulfilling. And my again another question for you, Dr. Richa.
Yes.
osteopathy is complementary or contradictory to your allopathy profession?
That is the best part of osteopathy, that it is not at all contradictory to any other system of medicine, be it allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, or Unani or Siddha, whatever medicine you take, even the physiotherapy. And so it is very much complementary and synergistically works with all the other pathy. That's why I have joined CK Birla Hospital, and my main aim was to join a hospital so that I can integrate all the other stream and bridge the gap between the medicinal mode of treatment and the holistic mode of treatments.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Richa.
Yeah.
Over to
Thank
Gayatri.
you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Richa. Now coming to our third panel member, one of the youngest panel member of today's session, Dr. Pragya Saxena. Dr. Pragya has done her MBBS from Dr. Ulhas Patil Medical College and Hospital, Jalgaon, and post that she has worked for 2 years in corporate hospitals as a medical officer before joining osteopathy at Shisha University. Currently, she is running her own private practice in Navi Mumbai and is also associated with the World of Women's Clinic. Pragya is coming with an amazing, ambitious vision of integrating osteopathy with her current existing conventional practice of medicine. Let's hear more from Pragya. I would request Saurabh to ask the next questions to Dr. Pragya.
Yeah, thank you, Gayatri. Welcome, Dr. Pragya. Welcome to this session again. So my first question for you is again the same. What is Now we came to know that what is osteopathy. But now my question to you is what is osteopathy for you? आपके लिए osteopathy के क्या मायने हैं?
So yeah, osteopathy for me is like you know, when I was practicing as an allopathic doctor, so I had this thing ki we as an allopath we follow a protocol. So when a patient is coming to us, so we hear their complaints. Then we, according to their complaints, we do the differential diagnosis, and then we advise some tests, some lab tests and some investigations, and then we come to the provisional diagnosis, and then we decide the main line of treatment. So it is like a protocol. Every like when a person is coming, so we name them कि हाँ इनको ये बीमारी है. This person is suffering from digestive complaint. This person has hyperacidity. This person has inflammatory bowel disease. So, and then every provisional diagnosis has a protocol, has a set line of treatments. But in osteopathy, we don't follow a protocol. It is not that linear. We take everything into consideration, the whole body into consideration. One symptom will not just reflect one particular system of the body. As Dr. Sanket said, that our body has different systems. There's nervous system, there's circulatory system, there's digestive system. So in allopathy, we tend to divide our body into these systems, and our treatments is based on these systems. So when, as an osteopathy, we are integrating all these systems, and then whatever is the complaint, we are reaching to the root cause of that complaint, and then we are treating it. So it is more effective in treatment. So that is what is osteopathy for me as of now in clinical practice.
Yeah. Okay. Reaching to the root cause of the problem.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Pragya, you have started working in a clinic.
Yeah.
And what is your experience treating different patients there?
So the experience is like, it is very different, from one patient to another. So I would like to share some experiences of mine. So there was this 12-year-old girl. She used to come for me for sessions. So, when you will see her, you will see that her cheeks are very like a bulldog, she's very cute and chubby. And later on, I got to know that she was on steroids. So she was actually suffering from this condition known as ITP, immunothrombocytopenic purpura, जिसमें क्या होता है कि ये condition में जो अपने platelets होते हैं, वो platelets गिरते हैं. So without having any kind of reason behind it, यूजुअली कोई मेडिसिन इन्वॉल्व होती है इसमें कि कोई पास्ट हिस्ट्री ऑफ एनी इनटेक ऑफ एनी मेडिकेशंस इसके वजह से ऐसा हो सकता है, पर उसके केस में ऐसा कुछ नहीं, कुछ ऐसा कोई पास्ट हिस्ट्री कुछ नहीं था. So it was just like 1-2 साल से ऐसा हो रहा था. So just with few sessions of osteopathy, her mother called me up and said कि now actually her platelets are stable and we are weaning her off steroids. धीरे धीरे उसका steroids का dose कम होता जा रहा है. So that was like a big thing for me कि yeah, like in I have very good experiences with autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. Usually these patients are on steroids. So with osteopathy, when they start actually moving towards health, when they are actually getting symptomatic free and they have started experiencing health in their body, their dependence on medication gets reduced. So that is actually a very big thing for me, that less dependence on medication means less side effects. And you know what is there's something in osteopathy that I have noticed with some of my patients, that the patients usually don't notice the changes that is happening in their body, but the person who is actually watching them on daily basis, they notice it. So in the clinic, the one of the our receptionist, she told me these two ladies who used to come to me for some chronic illness. Receptionist told to me that कि मुझे ऐसा लगा उनको देख के कि उनका पूरा personality बदल गया है. They have started looking so different. Their posture has changed. Their walking style has changed, and they are looking more fresh. And I could actually see them smiling. These both ladies used to come from very far, like 40-50 kilometers, and they were very regular with the treatments. So that was like, okay, that's a very big thing. Matlab, okay. And that receptionist used to tell to other patients, ki, yeah, see, this is osteopathy and you should go and take it. Yeah.
Okay. So, हमें ये कैसे पता चलता है कि ड्यूरेशन कितना है, ट्रीटमेंट का कितना ड्यूरेशन होगा? कई व्यूअर्स ने ये पूछा भी है कि ऑस्टियोपैथी यदि हम सेशन लेते हैं तो कितने सेशंस हमें लेने हैं, क्या ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ ड्यूरेशंस व्हाट वुड बी?
First session can be a little bit longer, like 1 to 1.5 hours, because we take full history of the patient. We ask everything under the sun, from their birth history, then their accidental histories, past history of surgeries, कौन से major events हुए उनके life में. And then from the second session, it is like 45 minutes to 1 hour. So it's like, you can say round off to 1 hour is the duration of the treatment. Yeah.
Okay. So now another question is, how SSU played an important role in making you a good osteopath? SSU का क्या हाथ है आपको एक अच्छा osteopath बनाने में?
Actually, SSU का ही हाथ है. So हाँ, मतलब you know, when I decided to do osteopathy, and like I was like really scared, you know, living in Mumbai and traveling all the way to Odisha. And studying in Cuttack and at Sri Sri University. But I guess it is such a beautiful place. And what I really liked, that they never compromised with the quality of the education. Matlab, they provided us with the best professors from all over the world. We had professors from Europe, America, and I'm so grateful to all my teachers. I had such wonderful experiences with them learning osteopathy. And you know, Saurabh, what is the best part of osteopathy is we experience treatments, you know, before we actually give session to other people, we experience those treatments on ourselves. And that is something, a big thing, you know, you are experiencing the results of osteopathy. तो वो क्या होता है ना, नया system है that we are learning, वो trust और बढ़ जाता है. So that was like the environment where we were experiencing the treatment. It was such a disciplined environment. It was so quiet and peaceful. The whole campus is so beautiful. Everything there is very nice and very supportive in the study of osteopathy. Yes, and also development of the personality as a private practitioner. That also it helped me. Yeah.
यहाँ मैं सारे व्यूअर्स को ये बताना चाहूंगा कि शेषी यूनिवर्सिटी में योग साधना के माध्यम से तो किसी भी स्टूडेंट का ध्यान रखा जाता है, उसके फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट का, मेंटल एस्पेक्ट का, पर साथ में ऑस्टियोपैथी डिपार्टमेंट में भी स्टूडेंट्स द्वारा स्टूडेंट्स को ही, जो दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनको ऑस्टियोपैथी ट्रीटमेंट दिया जाता है. So that is so wonderful. That is so good here. So my next question to you is, how do you see your future in osteopathy?
Yeah, so as it's almost similar to the my previous speakers, Dr. Sanket and Dr. Richa said. So we all want to move towards an integrated healthcare, जहाँ हम different pathies को combine करके, it's like providing the patient with the best approach. Okay, we have allopathy for you, we have Ayurveda for you, we have osteopathy for you. So every pathy has its own benefits. So that is what I want to do in future. Basically, right now, I want to run my private practice, and I want to open my own clinic this year. That is my vision. And later on, I want to work with integrate with some of the corporate hospitals, जिसके साथ मैं already work कर चुकी हूँ. So I have a plan of integrating with them, and in the hospital setup itself, when a patient is getting admitted, so when a patient gets admitted, they have a lot of anxiety related to admission. So in that, in dealing with those anxiety and nervousness, how can osteopathy help them in those situations? So osteopathy can actually play a very big role there. So
Yeah.
yes, that is what I would like to do.
आपको यदि कोई पहली बार कोई मिलता होगा जिसको ऑस्टियोपैथी का नहीं पता, तो उसका यही क्वेश्चन रहता होगा, आखिर हाथ के माध्यम से कैसे हम इसे ट्रीट करते हैं, नहीं?
हाँ, yes.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Thank you, Dr. Pragya. Over to Gayatri.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pragya. It was so informative. Thank you so much. Coming up to the next osteopath, who has also been from the charter batch of osteopathy at Srisha University, Dr. Apeksha Kalegaru. Dr. Apeksha has done her MBBS from Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College, Sion, Mumbai, after which she worked in private hospitals for a few years and as a government medical officer for another year before joining osteopathy. Dr. Apeksha has also been treating many patients from her hometown Pune in Maharashtra, and I really welcome her once again, Dr. Apeksha, and let's know more what have been her experiences with osteopathy. Over to you, Saurabh.
Yeah, thank you, Gayatri. Welcome, Dr. Apeksha, to the session. My question, Dr. Apeksha.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what made you choose MSc Osteopathy in SSU? आखिर ऐसा क्या था जिसने आपको ये डिसाइड करने पे डिसाइड किया कि मुझे MSc Osteopathy श्रीश यूनिवर्सिटी में करनी है?
Thank you so much for inviting me, Saurabh and Gayatri. If I answer it, it would be a bit weird to you to listen to, because I was not interested in many of the treatments or many of the postgraduate things that we had. I was only interested in maybe pharmacology and surgery, and that really didn't work for me. And when I started working in hospitals, I looked at patients and I realized that there's something missing when I'm treating patients. People used to come to me for maybe backache and headaches, and what we did was we gave them some prescribed medicines and not really knowing if it is going to work or not work. Even if it was working, it was maybe only for a few hours or maybe few days, and it was not very good experience for me, let me tell you. And I used to feel, is there anything more that I can do for my patients? So when I actually knew about osteopathy, I got to know that this is what they do, this is how they treat with hands, and it is a holistic approach. And I felt, yeah, this is what my calling is. This is what I should be doing in my life. That is as simple as it is, because I didn't have any other choice in my life. This was the only thing that I saw that, yes, this is what I can do for myself and for my patients. I know that I can actually help people be themselves. I can actually help people improve their quality of life. And that was so much fulfilling for me,
Yeah, to Dr. Apeksha, quality of life जो एक aspect है जो इस पूरी discussion में निकल कर आ रहा है कि osteopathy से quality of life को बढ़ाया जा सकता है. So my another question to you is, जब आप treatment देते हैं तो आपका ऐसा क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहा है कि जो आपको लगा कि अच्छा, अरे क्या बात है, मैंने ऑस्टियोपैथी करके बहुत अच्छा किया, इतना इसका फायदा हो रहा है, ऐसा आपको ट्रीटमेंट के बाद क्या लगता है?
अच्छा, मैं कुछ अपने केस हिस्ट्रीज शेयर कर सकती हूँ आपके साथ?
यस,
कुछ केस हिस्ट्रीज अपने आपके साथ शेयर कर सकती हूँ क्या? कुछ जो मेरे पेशेंट्स को ट्रीट किया और मेरे को लगा बहुत अच्छा है रिजल्ट. तो ना मैंने
please share.
बहुत सारे ना अपने स्पाइन की डिसीजेस वाले पेशेंट्स देखे हैं, ठीक है। तो उसमें से एक अंकल आए थे मेरे पास और जिनका एक अक्यूट डिस्क प्रोलैप्स हो गया था। ही कुडंट वॉक, ही कुडंट सिट, अगर बैठते भी थे ना ही कुड सिट फॉर ओनली मे बी 6 to 7 seconds, उसके बाद लेट जाना होता था। ही कुडंट सिट प्रॉपर्ली एंड फॉर हिम हिज डॉटर इज अ डॉक्टर हरसेल्फ। तो उनकी बेटी मेरे पास लेके आई उन्हें, और पहले सेशन में उनको कुछ ठीक नहीं लगा इतना। मैंने उनको बताया कि आपको रेस्ट ही करना होगा, उनको कुछ एडवाइसेस दिए, उसके बाद वो वापस ट्रीटमेंट के लिए आए सेशन के लिए। सेकेंड सेशन ही फेल्ट बेटर, बाय फोर्थ सेशन ही वाज एब्सोल्युटली वॉकिंग नॉर्मली एंड फॉर हिम इट वाज अ मिरेकल बिकॉज ही डिडंट वांट टू गेट हॉस्पिटलाइज्ड। और उनको फिर वही वो सारे जो प्रोटोकॉल होती है स्पाइन के डिसीजेस वाले पेशेंट्स की, या फिर इमरजेंसी ऑपरेशन करवाओ वगैरह, वो सारी चीजें उनकी टल गई यू नो। तो उनके लिए वो इतनी बढ़िया बात थी कि घर पे बैठे वो बस आते थे, सेशन लेते थे, पौन घंटे का 1 घंटे का, और उसके बाद दे ही यूज्ड टू फॉलो माय एडवाइस। और उतना करके फिर आप देख लेना कि 4-5 सेशंस में बिल्कुल सही हो गए, चलने लगे। he could exercise, he did a spine care program and it was an amazing experience. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट यू नो मैं एक चीज शेयर करना चाहूंगी। अपने यूनिवर्सिटी में देयर वाज अ स्टूडेंट, जैसे आपने बताया ना कि अपनी योगा वगैरह में हम लोगों को हील करते हैं अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी में, सच अ ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस। सो देयर वाज दिस स्टूडेंट, योगा स्टूडेंट, एंड शी वाज हैविंग समथिंग कॉल्ड एज इन्फ्लेमेटरी बाउल डिसीज, अल्सरेटिव कोलाइटिस का उसका डायग्नोसिस था, और उसको एपिलेप्सी का भी प्रॉब्लम था। तो उसका ये था ना, अगर वो मेडिसिन नहीं लेती है एपिलेप्सी का, सुबह शाम का उसका मेडिसिन था, अगर वो 1 घंटे में भी उसका मेडिसिन यहाँ वहाँ हो जाता है तो उसको एपिलेप्सी का अटैक आ जाता था। एंड इट वाज सच अ सीवियर थिंग फॉर हर यू नो। हर क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ वाज यू कैन ओनली से वेरी 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 पुअर। तो मेरे पास बस वो सेशन लेने के लिए आई। एक सेशन लेने के बाद मुझे 2-3 दिनों के बाद मिलने के बाद कहती है कि दीदी मैंने ना आपका सेशन होने के बाद मेडिसिन नहीं लिया एपिलेप्सी का। तो शी सेड कि और मुझे अटैक नहीं आया था, आई डिडंट हैव माय एपिलेप्सी अटैक। So for me, it was a actually shocking thing, you know, because I was myself studying osteopathy, and for me it was such a new experience to know that hands can really heal a person. It can really help a person, and that when I was a student studying there. और उसके बाद फिर मैंने जो ग्रेजुअल इम्प्रूवमेंट देखा उस स्टूडेंट में, शी इज ऑफ द ड्रग्स राइट नाउ, ओके, एंड उसका अभी अल्सर पूरी तरह से हील हो गया है, उसका एपिलेप्सी पूरी तरह से खत्म हो गया है। उसको वाटर फोबिया था, उसको पानी का डर लगता था, वो स्विम नहीं कर पाती थी, उसका पानी का डर जो था वो भी चला गया। जैसे हमारे प्रीवियस डॉक्टर्स ने कहा है कि, और रिचा ने बताया था कि इमोशनल एस्पेक्ट्स के ऊपर भी काम किया जाता है, और आपके यू नो मेंटल एस्पेक्ट्स के ऊपर भी काम हो जाता है यहाँ पे। बाय डिफॉल्ट ऑस्टियोपैथी इंटीग्रेट्स एवरीथिंग, इट इंटीग्रेट्स द फिजिकल बॉडी, इट इंटीग्रेट्स माइंड एंड स्पिरिट। तो उसके मन में जो भी कुछ ख्याल थे, जो भी सारे डर थे फिजिकल लेवल पे, माइंड लेवल पे, वो भी सारे चले गए, फिजिकल लेवल पे उसके डिसीजेस चले गए। एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज दैट नाउ शी इज परस्यूइंग CST, वो भी क्रेनियोसैक्रल थेरेपी का कोर्स परस्यू कर रही है खुद। तो somehow you know getting treatment from osteopathy from us osteopath and getting healed completely, उसका खुद का लाइफ का पर्पस ये हो गया है कि I have to help people, and that is what she is doing now.
Yes, डॉक्टर अपेक्षा। आई थिंक मैं भी ऐसे कितने स्टूडेंट्स को जानता हूँ जिन्होंने यहाँ पर ऑस्टियोपैथी के ट्रीटमेंट के बाद उनको लगा कि लाइफ का पर्पस हमारा कुछ और है, क्योंकि विदाउट एनी मेडिकेशन व्हेन दे आर गेटिंग हील्ड तो उनका सोचने का नजरिया ही बदल जाता है। इवन व्यूअर्स को मैं ये बताना चाहूंगा कि श्री श्री यूनिवर्सिटी में आउट पेशेंट ऑस्टियोपैथी डिपार्टमेंट में हम जब बाहर से आते हैं पेशेंट, उनको भी देखा जाता है, तो उनमें से भी कितने ही ऐसे लोग हैं जो उनके चमत्कार, उनको लगता है कि ये क्या हो गया हमारे साथ में, within just 3-4 treatment sessions their problem which is persisting since last 10 years 15 years, now they are healed. Very good this is. So now Dr. Apeksha, now you are practicing this osteopathy. Now what is the definition of health for you?
Definition of health for me, वो तो WHO का definition है ना।
No, not for, no, that is there, but for you, like MBBS करने के बाद में हेल्थ और डिसीज को देखने का जो आपका नजरिया था और ऑस्टियोपैथी करने के बाद में उसमें क्या परिवर्तन आपको लगा, कि क्या परिवर्तन आया?
देखो मुझे ये लगता है ना कि पहले तो मेरा बहुत ही नैरो माइंडसेट था। मेरा ये था कि बस मेडिसिन लेने के बाद आप ठीक हो सकते, या फिर आप ठीक ही नहीं हो सकते, या फिर आपको जिंदगी भर मेडिसिन भी लेने होंगे. दिस वाज माय थिंग. After osteopathy I realized कि there are many things to heal a person, और हमें हर एक चीज को इंटीग्रेट करना चाहिए. इट्स नॉट ओनली योर फिजिकल बॉडी, you should be going to the root cause of the disease, कि डिसीज किस वजह से हो रही है. दिस इज दिस एंड ईज, that a person is not at ease. So it could be on physical level, it could be on mental level, it could be on emotional level, it could be even on spiritual level. तो हर कहीं पे भी डिसहार्मनी है, जहाँ पे हार्मनी नहीं है, जहाँ पे ईज नहीं है, वहाँ पे डिसीज है. इसका मतलब वहाँ पे हेल्थ ही नहीं है. तो एक वो मेरा जो डेफिनेशन था ना WHO वाला, वो मेरे बिल्कुल क्लियर हो गया ऑस्टियोपैथी में आने के बाद कि अच्छा ये होता है, और ऐसे ही दिस इज हाउ अ डिसीज कम्स इनटू पर्सनस बॉडी, और मे बी टू अ पर्सन. It comes on a very subtle level, and then it comes to a physical body, and then we can treat on subtle levels also. It's very interesting कि ऑस्टियोपैथी में हम सटल लेवल्स के ऊपर भी काम करते हैं, फिजिकल ही नहीं, दूसरे एस्पेक्ट्स के ऊपर भी काम करते हैं. तो the way I see osteopathy, the way I have seen our patients getting healed, or the way I have seen healing, my whole thing has changed. The way I view things in life, मैं अपने जिंदगी की तरफ देखने का मेरा खुद का दृष्टिकोण ही बदल गया है कि कुछ भी हो सकता है जिंदगी में, है ना. मतलब जिन लोगों को कभी कुछ अच्छा नहीं लगा था, उनके कई सारे प्रॉब्लम्स ऐसे ही चले गए. एक सेशन लिया, 2 सेशंस लिए, इट वाज सिंपली गॉन. For them it was miraculous, for me it was miraculous. I'll like to share some another thing. There was this person who had come to me. तो उनका ना कुछ अलग सा कंप्लेंट था. पहले जब पहले सेशन के लिए आए थे, उनका कंप्लेंट था कि पेट में उनके कुछ दर्द था, एंड ही वाज हैविंग सम वेरी वियर्ड सिम्टम्स, मीनिंग पेट साफ नहीं होता है, मुझे ठीक नहीं लगता है, ऐसे कुछ वेग सिम्टम्स लेके आए थे. Then I treated him. Second session he came with some another symptom that, oh, I have got pain in my leg, and something very weird, not relating to his first session. तो मतलब पहले सेशन का जो भी था उनका सारा क्लियर हो गया एक सेशन में. फिर कुछ और कंप्लेंट लेके आ गए मेरे पास. तीसरे इसमें लेके आते हैं कि I want to know more about life. मैं लाइफ और लाइफ के पर्पस के बारे में जानना चाहता हूँ. एंड his whole thing started changing the way I treated him. And after third session he was totally, and he was so grateful that he literally told me that can I touch your feet, doctor? It is such an enlightening experience to experience osteopathy. So this was a very spiritual thing to see a patient feeling that this is what I wanted to experience in my life, and this is what I need to do. So then I told him that you can do many other things, and I told him about benefits of kriya and meditation, and now he is practicing it regularly. तो ये भी होता है.
यस डॉक्टर अपेक्षा. तो इस पूरी डिस्कशन में आई थिंक 2-3 बातें जो निकल कर आ रही हैं. एक तो क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ बढ़ती है, जीवन में जो गुणवत्ता है वो बढ़ती है, और जो पूरा ट्रीटमेंट है वो होलिस्टिक ट्रीटमेंट है. फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट को अलग करके देखना, मेंटल को अलग करना, स्पिरिचुअल को अलग करना, दैट इज नॉट द पर्पस ऑफ दिस. ये पूरा शारीरिक, मानसिक, आध्यात्मिक, पूरे सभी एस्पेक्ट को देखकर चलता है. और तीसरा जो है, स्थूल से सूक्ष्म की तरफ हम इसके माध्यम से जो हमारा रूट कॉज है, हम डिसीज को देख सकते हैं. Thank you very much, Dr. Apeksha. Now I will come to Dr. Sanket. Dr. Sanket.
Sir.
Yeah, Dr. Sanket, my question to you now is, what are the different career opportunities in the field of osteopathy?
Career opportunities.
Yeah.
देखिए, इसमें आप एक बार ऑस्टियोपैथ बन जाते हो तो there are many options open for you. आप खुद का क्लिनिक सेटअप कर सकते हो, which is the most simplest and the best way, which I feel, right? As compared to any other field, आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट कम है, ठीक है, आपका आउटपुट बहुत जल्दी मिल जाएगा, get a good name and fame very easily, and people are waiting. अगर आपको ये नहीं है तो आप किसी कॉर्पोरेट हॉस्पिटल, जैसे हमारे कलीग्स ज्वाइन हुए हैं, आप उनमें भी ज्वाइन अप कर सकते हो, या फिर आयुर्वेदिक कॉलेजेस जहाँ पे हम लोग जहाँ पे ऑस्टियोपैथ्स को हायर किया जा रहा है, वहां पे ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. यूनिवर्सिटी में आप पढ़ाने के लिए जा सकते हो. प्राइवेट सेटअप, एन नंबर ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज, लाइक इट इज अ गोल्डन की व्हिच इज बीइंग गिवन टू अस. अब हमारे ऊपर हम उसका कितना अच्छे से इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. प्राइवेट सेटअप, हाँ, एट प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस आर नॉट ओपन but they will be opening. This is what I feel, right?
Okay.
एक समय पे जब वो फिजियोथेरेपी के लिए भी ओपन नहीं थे, आयुर्वेदास के भी ओपन नहीं थे, now they will be opening.
Yes, yes, yes. तो डॉक्टर संकेत, आप फ्यूचर में ऑस्टियोपैथी की डिमांड कैसे देखते हैं? ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स के मन में प्रश्न आता है कि यदि हम ऑस्टियोपैथ बन जाते हैं तो फ्यूचर में आखिर इसकी डिमांड क्या है?
बिल्कुल, जैसे ने भी एक बार कहा था कि these are the future treatments, फ्यूचर में यही वैद्य होंगे भाई जो बिना किसी दवा के ठीक कर पाएंगे. अच्छा बताइए, आज हम सबको स्मार्टफोन पसंद है, राइट? बिकॉज उससे सारी चीजें आसान हो गई, राइट? द सेम वे द फ्यूचर ऑफ मेडिसिन विल बी ऑस्टियोपैथी, जिसमें हम बिना किसी दवाई के व्यक्ति को अपने अंदर के पोटेंशियल से ठीक कर सकते हैं. तो हर जगह ऑस्टियोपैथ इज द प्राइमरी हेल्थ केयर फिजिशियन इन दिस सेक्टर. कोई बीमारी हो या ना हो, पर इसमें हम इम्पोर्टेंटली पेशेंट को एक ऊपर का दर्जा है ना कि डॉक्टर को. ये बहुत अहम बात है इसमें. हम इसमें पेशेंट को ऊपर का दर्जा देते हैं. वी डिपेंड ऑन द सेल्फ हीलिंग मैकेनिज्म एंड बॉडी इंटेलिजेंस इज देयर इनहेरेंट विद इन ऑल ऑफ अस.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Dr. Sanket. So I would like to ask question from Dr. Richa. Dr. Richa, so many students are giving NEET exams actually, and you have been interacting with so many NEET aspirants. Dr.
Yes,
Richa?
Yes.
And what is your advice for them, for the NEET aspirants?
All right. Yes, this is, when I used to go to Kota, which is a hub of coaching institute. So I used to go and speak to the all the aspirants, MBBS. When I used to give them a talk and explain them the whole scenario of what it can be, 90 to 95% used to agree with me. Only 5% who are very strong-minded people that yes, you have to go for MBBS because it can come in their upbringing. But they used to agree that we need to have a holistic system of healing. When I used to give them a demonstration that, the problem which is happening, it is not the symptom area and the root cause area might be different. A problem which is coming from the back may lead to the cervical pain later and the back pain is no more. But the still problem is originated in the back. So we need to address the other parts of the area, other parts of the body which are unrelated to the symptomatic area. But for an osteopath, it is related. That's how they function. So people, all those medical aspirants, they have already taken admissions in bachelor's osteopathy. So they have already, even one of my relative from my in-laws family, he is doing osteopathy, bachelor's in osteopathy. He gave the MBBS exam. So now people are so much open. Only thing is they need to be provided with the information. They don't know what is osteopathy because there are only a few handfuls of osteopaths in India. So that's why they are a little bit insecure कि क्या होगा, scope क्या होगा. जब उनको अच्छे से समझाया जाता है that you will be the one who will be the pioneer osteopath, और जो pioneers है उनका scope तो और कोई है ही नहीं, किसके पास जाएंगे लोग. तो बहुत सारा आपके पास स्कोप है. मैं वहां पे जाती थी तो मेरे पास लोग बोलते थे कि मेरी मम्मा आगरा में है, मेरे रिलेटिव यहाँ पे है, और अलग अलग सिटी के नाम लेते थे. तो मुझे ये फील होता था कि हर शहर में, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक एक ऑस्टियोपैथ हो जाए तो कितना अच्छा है.
Yes, so Dr. Richa.
People are in need. Yeah.
एक और बात जो मन में आती है, क्या एलोपैथी डॉक्टर भी अभी जैसे अलग अलग हॉस्पिटल्स में ऑस्टियोपैथ डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, ऑस्टियोपैथ डॉक्टर्स हैं, तो क्या एलोपैथी डॉक्टर्स ऑस्टियोपैथ डॉक्टर की हेल्प लेते हैं डिसीज को जानने के लिए या रूट कोज को जानने के लिए, या कोई ऐसा आपको एक्सपीरियंस है, ऐसा आपको लगता है कि हाँ?
Yes, in my own hospital, CK Birla, there is the best surgeon of CK Birla Hospital. He came to me because while doing surgery, he got pain in his shoulder joint. So he had shown a trust in me that I can, because he had gone to many other treatments before that, but nothing helped with him. So I think allopaths, if they in the beginning, they have little doubt about osteopathy. How can hands treat? Because they are attuned to treating with the medicine and surgery. They have very much limited, like very streamlined focus. So if they literally just open up their vision that there is something, if they see the results. I used to go and teach to the best neurologist in the CK Birla hospital that I have treated a patient for migraine. Then he used to tell me that I think osteopathy is only meant for the bones joint because the name is osteo. Then I had to tell them that okay, the migraine patient who was taking medicine for 1.5 years every day, he's not been taking medicine for 1.5 months after taking just one session. So it's just that we need to inform, and more education and awareness about osteopathy is still required for all the MBBS aspirant.
Yes,
MBBS doctors, yeah.
Yes, very true, very true. I think we should do a seminar for doctors here in Sri University, no?
Definitely.
Okay, so डॉक्टर रिचा, क्या आप कोई टेक्निक डिमोन्स्ट्रेट करके अभी दिखा सकती हैं जिससे हमारे व्यूअर्स को लगे कि ये कैसे वर्क करता है?
ओके, सो टेक्निक ट्रीटमेंट दिखाने से पहले मैं आपको आपके अंडरस्टैंडिंग, ताकि आप अपने बॉडी को कैसे बेहतर समझ सकते हो, इसमें क्या है कि हमारा ऑस्टियोपैथी का प्रिंसिपल है दैट स्ट्रक्चर्स एंड फंक्शंस आर इंटररिलेटेड. So I will show, because with the breathing everyone can understand. If you just pull your shoulder in front and then you breathe in, you are so limited. Breathing is a function of lungs, and it affects the lungs. We get shorter, but how the shoulders and the ribs and the thorax, everything is getting incorporated in this posture, so that will affect the breathing. Like you will not be able to breathe for longer, the full potential. And then likewise, if you just pull your ears and bring it in front and then breathe in, and now you breathe, this is limited. And when you bring your ears back and up and then you breathe, you can breathe a lot longer.
Yes, really.
Yeah. So now an allopath will think how ears are related to the breathing, but in osteopathy it is related. And now I'll also tell one more technique. You just keep your hand like this. Raise your hand, keeping it on the lap only, on your knees. Just tilt them above, and then first breathe without tilting them. Breathe in normal. You breathe this much. And then when you tilt your hands up, then you breathe in. You can breathe a lot longer. Like I am going distant, more and more distant from the lungs. First I show the shoulder, then the ears, then I'm going till the hands, which is much distant from the lungs. So how an organ which is so distant can affect the function in your body. Yeah. And
Yes.
Also I generally give the example of fascia. Like some people have frozen shoulder, but we need to look into the areas beneath the shoulder. Like if I just hold hold my shirt here, and I can keep my hand, like I can bring my hand up like this. But if I hold my skin like this, the cloth is just like skin. If you consider the cloth as the skin, just beneath the skin there is a fascia. So just consider for a while that we are inside the skin, there is a fascia. So if I hold it, I am not able to bring my hands up. So any restriction beneath the area which is affected, like in this case shoulder, so that can cause restriction in the other parts of the body. And okay, so these techniques are to understand the body, how it is related, the structures and functions are related. Now one technique, if you see, turn your face to the right side and the left side, and notice that one side it is not going as easier than the other side. Yeah, like for me right now it's the left side which is not going easy. So then we can just place the tip of our fingers behind the ears, just little behind, 2 inches behind the ears, and then we can turn the eyes, keeping the face straight, eyes to the right side, until a deep breath comes on its own. You don't have to do any effort. And then you take your eyes to the left side. like you're looking towards your elbow or your left ear. You're trying to look at that. And then a deep breath comes on its own. And now if you check your neck, right and left, can you see the difference?
Yes.
That's what. How could eyes treat your neck? Because through the fascia and the dura mater and the chains, the vagus nerve, this is a technique for the vagus nerve. You know, vagus nerve is part of the autonomic nervous system which relaxes all the muscles. And this technique not only relaxes the muscles but brings the health in the whole body and mind. You feel better. You are able to connect socially better, which is also a part of health.
Yeah.
You feel more relaxed after that, and it brings a little calmness and smile on your face also after doing this.
Yes.
Well, I'm noticing already.
So, डॉक्टर रिचा ने कहा कि ये चेहरे पे मुस्कान को ला सकता है और हमारे जीवन का उद्देश्य भी वही है कि हमारे चेहरे पे मुस्कान बनी रहनी चाहिए.
Yes.
Yes.
Smile is a sign of health.
Yes. So, Dr. Apeksha, I would like to ask one question from you. Dr. Apeksha, I think you should. Yes. आप फर्स्ट बैच स्टूडेंट रही हैं शीर्षी यूनिवर्सिटी में. आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा शीर्षी यूनिवर्सिटी में?
It's such a personal and such a beautiful question. मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस बहुत ही बढ़िया था. मेरे लिए यूनिवर्सिटी वाज नॉट लेस देन हेवन. तो कभी कोई मुझे पूछता है कि भाई आपके लिए यूनिवर्सिटी कैसा था, हाउ इज ओडिशा, हाउ इज द प्लेस, I'll say it is one place जिसको आपको जिंदगी में एक बार विजिट करना ही चाहिए. It's such a beautiful place. Everyone is so welcoming. All our faculties, all our departments, अपने मैनेजमेंट वाले लोग, अपने सारे टीचर्स वहाँ पे, इतनी खूबसूरत जगह है और इतने वेलकमिंग लोग हैं. एंड ऊपर से the best part is that सुनने में थोड़ा अजीब फिर से लगेगा कि वहाँ पे पार्शियलिटी नहीं होती है. No one is being partial to any other person. Everyone is encouraged and everyone is encouraged to be the best version of themselves. Everyone is encouraged to do something beautiful with themselves. तो आप अगर मुझसे पूछेंगे नेचर वाइज, जगह वाइज तो बहुत ही खूबसूरत जगह है. बट पढ़ने के लिए अगर कोई मेडिकल पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कोर्स के लिए कोई पूछे तो मैं कहूँगी उससे बढ़िया जगह तो हो ही नहीं सकती. Because you are going to learn osteopathy, which is a very beautiful science in itself. और आप किसी मेडिकल पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में आप देखेंगे ना तो people have to be in hospitals. They have to be under stressful conditions. They have to be in hospitals. They have to be in 24 hours emergencies या जो भी है. मेरे लिए ये इतना अच्छा, इतना रिलैक्सिंग था कि of course it was a very rigorous training. क्योंकि सुबह से लेके दोपहर तक हमारे क्लासेस चलते थे, उसके बाद फिर खाना होता था, उसके बाद फिर क्लिनिक पेशेंट्स देखने हैं, उसके बाद फिर अपनी स्टडीज करनी है. और उसमें हमारे 24 घंटे कैसे निकल जाते थे पता भी नहीं चलता था. बट इट वाज ऑल वेरी स्ट्रेस फ्री. जो स्ट्रेस मैंने अपने मेडिकल लाइफ में देखा है और मैंने अपने आजू बाजू के मेडिकल लोगों में देखा है, अपने मेडिकल रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर्स में देखा है, वो स्ट्रेस शीर्षी यूनिवर्सिटी में बिल्कुल भी नहीं था. फॉर मी इट वाज सच अ फन एंड ब्यूटीफुल लर्निंग प्लेस. तो मैं तो यही कहूंगी कि अगर आपको कुछ करना है ना जिंदगी में, आपको कुछ सीखना है, तो आप डेफिनेटली यूनिवर्सिटी जाइए. वहां पे जाके कोई भी इतने सारे कोर्सेज कर लीजिए. और अगर डॉक्टर से ऑस्टियोपैथी तो सीखने के लिए जाना ही जाना है, बिकॉज इट्स सच अ ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस. हाउ कैन यू मिस SSU? I mean, no one can miss it. No one should even miss it.
Yes, Dr. Apeksha, thank you very much for sharing your experience. तो अभी हमारे पास समय बहुत कम रह गया, तो डॉक्टर संकेत, I would like to ask one question from you. एक व्यूअर ने हमसे ये प्रश्न पूछा है. डॉक्टर संकेत. Yes, Dr. Sanket. Yes. Can acidity and indigestion be treated in osteopathy?
Yes. We need to find out what is the root cause of acidity. Acidity और क्या बोला सर?
Acidity and indigestion.
Indigestion. देखो.
Yes.
Basically हम लोग हमेशा acidity पे focus करते हैं कि acidity है. We also need to look into वो एसिडिटी को न्यूट्रलाइज करने की जो अल्कलाइन चीजें लगती है हमारी बॉडी में, वो ठीक से काम कर रही है कि नहीं कर रही है। हमारा लिवर जो कि केमिकल लेबोरेटरी हमारी बॉडी का, जिसमें सारे एंजाइम्स बनते हैं डाइजेशन के लिए, वो ठीक से काम कर रही है कि नहीं कर रही है। डायफ्राम जो हमारा मेन मसल ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन है, वो ठीक से काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है। जैसे ब्रीदिंग के ऊपर हमने बात किया, सो इट्स वेरी सिंपल टू चेक, राइट, कि एक हाथ आप टमी पे रखो और एक हाथ चेस्ट पे रख के देखिए कि आपका पहले पेट फूलता है कि नहीं फूलता है। मेजॉरिटी पीपल जिनका पेट नहीं फूलता है, दैट मींस कि डायफ्राम जो हमारा प्राइमरी मसल ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन है वो यूज नहीं हो रहा है, एंड वी आर यूजिंग आवर एक्सेसरी मसल्स ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन। तो इन्हीं लोगों को फिर कंधे में शिकायत रहती है, गर्दन में शिकायत रहती है, एंड इट्स बिट ऑफ जिटरीनेस एटीट्यूड, राइट। सो हमें रूट कॉज पे जाके ठीक करना है। अगेन वी कम बैक टू इट, ये मसल की स्ट्रेंथनिंग करें। वेरी सिंपल वे ऑफ स्ट्रेंथनिंग द डायफ्राम कुड बी कि रात में जब आप सोते हो, आपको ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज करनी है, तो आप पेट के ऊपर कुछ मोटी जाड़ी किताबें रख लो, हार्डली 500 ग्राम्स और 1 kg, एंड ट्राई टू ब्रीथ इन एंड ब्लो द टमी। आप पेट भर के सांस लेने की कोशिश करिए लंबी, और छोड़ने की कोशिश करिए। दैट विल हेल्प इन strengthening the diaphragm muscle, which will take care of the liver mobility and acidity and indigestion.
Thank you, doctor. I will interrupt here. समय बहुत कम है।
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
हाँ, so my next question, which is very very important, Dr. Richa, can osteopathy completely cure cervical tremors in hands and weakness in arms, shoulder pain and anxiety?
Sorry, please repeat the question.
Can osteopathy completely cure cervical tremors in hands and weakness in arms, shoulder pain and anxiety?
Yeah, okay. What happens when there is restriction in the shoulder and the cervical region? There are muscles, and if even the vertebra, we need to look into what is causing it. Is it in the shoulder? There are many. There is clavicle, the shoulder acromion joints are there. We need to check from where the problem is coming. If it's coming from the cervical spine is twisted, side bended or rotated somewhere. So because there are so many muscles are attached with the spine, so if there may be contraction in the muscle and then spine is twisted, or maybe the spine is twisted due to some injury or trauma before, and then the muscles have taken a different shape. They are in a spasm. So what happens? The circulation and the nervous system, all the arteries, नसें जो हमारे यहाँ से जाती है, तो उन पे क्या compression दबाव पड़ जाता है। जब आपके circulation और nervous system पे दबाव पड़ता है, तो there are various symptoms in the hand like numbness, tingling and सुनपन होना, और आपके हाथ ही उस पे काम करना बंद हो जाएंगे. You will not, female especially, they are not able to knead the floor. Like I have seen such kind of many such kind of patients. And what I used to do is I see where the problem is coming, and through the osteopathic techniques for the cervical spine and the shoulder, we can literally help them. I have treated such kind of patient in just one session. There are so many examples with me. They used to tell me that the shoulders were not moving, they were not able to breathe well, and also they were not able to do the normal, especially females, like I gave example. And also the anxiety part. What happens is there is superior cervical ganglion right behind the cervical second and third vertebra. So that is the only sympathetic ganglion which is the fight and flight. So if there is restriction in that ganglion, this is the only ganglion which supplies the head and neck region. So if the restriction is coming in that ganglion, the sympathetic system becomes overactive, and then there comes the anxiety in the head. So that ganglion is also associated with the ear, the blood vessels of the brain. So how the body is interlinked, we need to go to and that can be best help with the hands. You know, in MRI, even MRI will show the static position of the cervical vertebra, but with the hands you can move. MRI report will not tell how the vertebrae are moving, how they are functioning, what is moving inside the body. These are CT scan or any kind of test, blood test, that will not come. So the hands have a very big area in the brain, sensory area in the brain. So we can sense so many. This happens with the training. Over a period of time, you are able to sense what is happening exactly where. And then if you work on that, just if the artery is side bended to the right side or rotated, with the help of osteopathic manipulative technique, you can adjust that. And then the whole system, the arterial circulation and the nervous circulation gets free from the restrictions and the patient is healed.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Richa.
Yes.
So now another last question from my side. How does osteopathy, that question is for all of you. How does osteopathy differs from chiropractic and homeopathy? Dr. Pragya, would you like to share?
Yeah, so I don't have much idea about homeopathy. I can just speak about chiropractic. Homeopathy, maybe some other person can say. Chiropractic, as far as I know, I've seen couple of sessions. It is mostly just dependent on spine, and the manipulations are really very hard. So in osteopathy, our focus is on the whole body, from head to toe, everything, all the soft tissues and the organs and all the vertebra and everything is involved, not just the spine. And the treatment is not just a strong manipulation, but the range of the treatment can be very strong also and can be very subtle also. So that is the main difference, I feel so, between chiropractic and osteopathy. And osteopathy, the principle is the main important thing, that we have to find out the root cause and body functions as a unit. So there are 4 principles on which the osteopathy is actually based on. So we work through that principles. Yeah. Maybe somebody else can add on to it.
Yeah. How does osteopathy differs from chiropractic and homeopathy? Dr. Sanket, would you like to share?
Yes. Like, as you know, chiropractitioners and homeopathy, right?
Yes. Yes.
Basically, there are some similarities, which is everyone is focusing on health. Their approaches are different, but at the same time, there is difference. जैसे हम योगा में सिर्फ बोल सकते हैं कि आसन ही सब कुछ है. The same way in chiropractitioners, their whole focus is only towards bringing back the bony structures. It's normal, and we overlook the visceral component and the neural component, which are more subtler, right? So chiropractic differs and osteopathy differs in this 2 aspects. And homeopathy focuses on the subtle vital energy forces, right? On which they enhance. Homeopathy is an example of समचिकित्सा, माने जो बीमारी है, जो मेडिसिन हम लोग लेंगे, वो सिम्टम्स को क्रिएट करके बढ़ के खत्म हो जाए. So there is some similarity with regards to vital force, but there is nothing like alignment and considering the visceral structures and the musculoskeletal. I would say it's more total in osteopathy.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Sanket. Viewers ने जो अभी तक क्वेश्चन पूछे, I think उनको अपने आंसर मिल गए होंगे. Still, if you want to know any question in your mind, if you have, आप हमें अपने क्वेश्चन भेज सकते हैं. And now I would like to move towards Gayatri. Gayatri.
Yes. It has been really a super informative session about osteopathy. And I can say the best part about osteopathy is its non-invasive way of diagnosis and treatment. And that is something which is becoming so acceptable today, in the society. So for all our viewers, for you to know more about osteopathy and about the programs that are offered in Sri Sri University, you can watch our website. All those who are doctors are most welcome to join our Masters in the Osteopathy program. And all the 12th standard students who are aspiring for becoming doctors, or more to put in a better language, to really heal people, I would request all of you to explore our Bachelors of Osteopathy program. Before we end this session, I would just like to give you a short overview that for the past 3 sessions in this series, we have been interacting with different osteopaths from MBBS background, from the physiotherapist background, from the dental background. And the last one in the series we are having on the coming 26th of May with the Ayurveda doctors, who are going to share with us their insights about osteopathy. So I would like to again welcome all our viewers to join us on 26th of May evening 6:30 to hear from the Ayurvedic perspectives what is osteopathy for them and what are their insights while studying osteopathy in Sri Sri University. So once again, I would like to thank all our panel members who took out the time to come and share their experience on osteopathy, their experience on treatment of osteopathy. Again, to all our viewers, if you have any questions about it, please write to us. We would be happy to address it. If you would like to connect with any osteopaths, you write to us. We would be again happy to connect with all our osteopaths. Thank you once again for watching us. Once again for watching us.